The town of Elmhurst, Illinois, on the outskirts of Chicago, is home to a man of devout Christianity who practices tolerance for all the faiths he introduces to his theology students. Teacher, husband, father, the many faces of Paul Parker, tonight on Portraits. The green lawns of Elmhurst College give the historic liberal arts college the appearance of a postcard from once upon a time, but the enlightening discourse taking place within the Christian ethics class of Paul Parker is alive with emotion, intimacy, and exploration.
The course right now, where I am in this course, it's toward the end of the semester, and I'm bringing the end of the lectures, the series of lectures, I'm bringing the series of lectures to an end. I'm trying to bring the students to an understanding of the nature of righteousness in the community. In Christianity, we call that the church; in Islam, the Ummah; in Judaism, the people of God. Different religions call this community by different names. The nature of this community, the church's relationship with other members of the community, and that this community is inclusive of all human beings. Ultimately, it includes everyone. It excludes no one. It includes, in fact, all of creation, not just humans, but animals, not just this planet, but every planet. So how do we become righteous? How do we live righteously with each other? And my lectures this week have been focusing on the nature of righteousness among Christians within this community.
I practice Buddhism, and I have aspects of different religions like thrown in there too, kind of randomly. And let's see, I had some troubles as a child, and like my mother tried to use religion, like her religion, on me to try and get me in the right direction. And I kind of found my own path. And it's pretty much a story about that.
Paul Parker teaches both theology and world religions at Elmhurst, shining a light on the history and basic tenets of the world's many faiths. He gives his students a chance to explore others' beliefs and look more deeply at their own. The self-examination tears down the boundaries of the Buddhist, the Muslim, and the Christian so that they can relate on common ground with one another, even with the atheist.
April, this is a wonderful story. It really shows beautiful growth and development. I'm really impressed with all 20 of the religious autobiographies that I have that we collected last week. Every story is such a rich story of human value that they're impressive. And April, yours is one of them too. Thank you very much. What would you begin with?
Well, there's not a whole lot I had to add. I was actually on the phone with my mom today, and I told her that I was including the story about my brother and his ignorance of what Easter is for, and thinking that it's all about the Easter bunny and everything. And she was like, yeah, I've realized that I haven't really done that for you guys, and it's something that I wish I could have changed, but I don't know if I would have appreciated my life right now if it had gone that way, if she had taken us to church every week. So pretty much separated life from religion, and up until meeting my current boyfriend, significant other, and probably my life partner. So just kind of gone through stages of atheism and agnosticism to more of a spirituality that's not having to do anything with practicing. It's more inside me, not a practice or anything.
So my atheist students come to understand themselves as religious persons. That is, they have a religious story even though they may not have their personal religion worked out. My Hindu students, my Buddhist students, my Muslim students, my religiously Christian evangelical students or Christian liberals or Catholics, they all tell their story. They have to follow the dictum of Socrates. Know thyself. Socrates was very wise, and it's important for students to know themselves in order to know the other. And what they find is when they know the other, they also come to know themselves better. So world religions, this course in world religions becomes a powerful teaching tool for the students to actually come to know themselves better. It's very interesting. You study someone else's religion and you come to know yourself better. So it's a really interesting class. The last 2 weeks of the class and this week's class, the students are presenting their own religious autobiographies. They're telling their own stories. I've never had a class session where students share their own religious stories, where laughter is not shared and where tears are not shared. We cry and we laugh together. This is why it was very unusual for the students to allow the camera into the classroom, because it's a very intimate moment. And I think it's a mark of their trust of each other and of me, of their teacher, that regardless of what goes on with each other, we're going to be good to each other. And so we share with each other our own stories.
I had just moved from Kansas City to Chicago and decided to go to church, and I met Paul at church, and we started to become friends, and over time we, just, I don't know we just met, and the church has what they call a small group, which are smaller groups of families that get together on social occasions and various things, and he invited me to join his small group. So I became more acquainted with him and then some of the other people in the church. So I met him at church.
What's your homework situation?
Got math, English, and that's it.
Okay. How long is it going to take?
An hour.
Do that first, and then be close to supper time. We're going to eat at 5:30. Mom will be home at 5:30, and then we'll stay. Okay. You gonna do it in here?
Yeah.
All right. Love you, sweetie.
And
Call me if you need any help.
Okay.
So I was an instant mother. Paul had 2 children from a previous marriage, and so when we got married, I was mom from the day we got married. And usually when you get married, you have a couple of years to kind of work into the relationship and being a couple and being married. We didn't really have that. We really just started out as parents right away. And then our daughter Katie came along before our first anniversary, so she was quite a surprise. And so we had, within a year, 3 kids.
If 3's a charm, then Paul has it made. Daughter Katie is just as bright, inquisitive, and active as her scholarly father, and there is no doubt that she has the makings of something special.